Morning. It's the 10th of November. It's Wednesday today. I'm a little late because I had a guy fixing my sink and the babies are out of whack today. About an hour. They're about an hour off. Anyway, yesterday I had some carbs after breakfast, first time, but good carbs. We ended up at Subway for dinner. Well, it's kind of hard to have a Subway without bread. So I had their, like 7-grain, whatever. It had oatmeal and everything on it. So the healthiest choice of all of their breads. And then I just had roast beef with a ton of vegetables on it. So not too bad. And it didn't take me over in points. So all good. Now this morning I had 2 eggs with the Laughing Cow cheese melted in it, and 2 slices 100% whole grain bread. I'm really going to try to stay away from processed foods from this point forward. At least for my majority of my day. Now I will probably have I enjoy those little fat-free puddings, tapiocas. And sometimes they just get me through, so I'll always have those on hand if I need one. That's my sweet, and I will have that. I know I'm hoping that little bit of sugar won't kick me or keep me from succeeding in what I'm trying to do here. And I think the new Weight Watchers program, which launches in 2 weeks, yeah, after this Saturday, 2 Saturdays from now, they launch their new program. I'm hoping that, because it's all about fresh foods and whole foods, and your fruit will be free, and they're really trying to get us to eat the way nature intended us to, you know. I did a lot of research yesterday on whole foods and you know, the foods with the low GI index, and so I got a pretty good handle on it. Got my grocery list. What I'm going to do later on today is I'm going to go through my pantry and ditch, pretty much, or not ditch, but put in for the food shelves, all the crap that is processed. And that'll help me, then when I bring in my new stuff, it'll just be, you know, and I was thinking about fresh vegetables and salads, and you know, the old me would go to the grocery store and buy everything. Just pick it all up. And then I'd sit there and go, ugh, now I gotta clean it and figure out a way I want to cook it, and then it all rots and it all goes in the garbage. So I thought, you know, I can't do that again. I just can't, and I don't want to. So I'm going to plan like about every 2 days. So if I buy asparagus, then I'll eat that for 2 days. Before I bring in something else, and I could eat asparagus for 2 days in a row without getting, too bored with it. So, and then I will switch to maybe the 3 peppers and roast them, the yellow, green, and red peppers with onion, and roast that, and then I'll have that with, if we do a pork roast or pork loin or chicken or whatever we do for our meat. I'll have those vegetables, and then if there's any left over, I can put them in my salad and or omelet. And then maybe the next time, bring in a couple more days and bring in, some romaine lettuce and maybe spinach, and then do salads for a couple days, and then I'll get sick of those, and then maybe move to green beans, fresh green beans, and instead of trying to buy it all at once and you're so overwhelmed, and especially when you don't really, I like all these things they're saying, but for some reason they always get pushed to the back burner. So why is that? And I think a lot of it for me is preparation. I'm not that good at preparing vegetables because I wasn't raised on fresh vegetables. I was raised on open a can, dump it in a bowl or pan or whatever, and that's what we ate. And we all know that's garbage. Although I still like a canned green bean and corn. No, I don't like corn anymore. But anyway, so that's kind of my game plan. And the more I do it, I think the more I'll find different Because if I'm just focusing on asparagus, you know, I could search the internet and find a couple different ways to make it that I might enjoy. And different, you know, make my own salad dressings. You know, don't buy any. And, you know, the protein and the fats, you know, the olive oil and stuff, I've got that all down. I've been eating eggs, cheese, bacon, meat, chicken for 6 weeks now, so that part's not my problem. And for breakfast, I'm going to get away from the pizza and the hot dogs. That stuff that I was eating, the noodles and rice-a-roni, things like that. So that's all done. I'm done with that. And I told you in the beginning that I would get to this point. I had to get used to the whole cycle of eating big, dwindling down. So this morning I just had my 2 eggs with that Laughing Cow and 2 pieces of whole grain bread with 100 or fat sugar-free jelly on it, on my bread, and a cup of milk. So that was all good food. I don't know about those little Laughing Cow cheese though. They're probably processed, huh? I don't eat that. I got a few to use up, and I probably won't buy that again. So I'm getting some, you know, roasted almonds, and I've got a block of extra sharp white cheddar cheese that's delicious. So my almonds and my cheese and my grapes are like my little snack, and then just go from there. So anyway, I can't wait for the new program to launch, because I think that they're really going to push kind of what I'm leaning towards. So hopefully it'll give me kind of a guideline, because everything's changing as far as points and what you get and blah blah blah. So I just got to hang on for 2 weeks until that starts, so I can get, you know, hopefully I'll just fall right into it, because it shouldn't be that tough, unlike the people that are nickel and diming 100-calorie packs a day and this and that, because that's what they're trying to get us away from. They're trying to get us to eat more healthy, so more whole grains, you know, and they've really been pushing that at the meetings the last few weeks. So anyway, honey and cinnamon, we've been talking about that quite a bit here, and I was looking for something about honey last night, came across the honey and cinnamon diet, and there's a whole bunch on it if you just Google it, honey cinnamon diet. And basically it sounds like it's a cleanse. It flushes you, because after you're completely flushed you stop losing. But it might be a good jump start. And you take hot water and half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and you put that in your hot water and let that sit for a half hour. And then you can strain it then through cheesecloth or a food strainer, because the cinnamon will sit, you know, ferment to the bottom. I actually didn't, and it was fine, but you can if you want. And then because your water should be about room temperature now, then you add your honey, raw honey. You don't want your store-bought honey. Go to a good food store or whatever. Then you add your honey. You don't want to add your honey to boiling water, because it breaks down all the enzymes. So then you add your honey, and so now you stir it, and then you wait another half hour for it to kind of meld, and then you drink it. Be right before bed on an empty stomach. Half a cup. Not the whole cup, just your half a cup. And then you put it in the fridge, and then you drink the other half in the morning, cold. Don't heat it up. And that's it. You do that every night. Half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of honey. So half a teaspoon cinnamon, teaspoon of honey. You can go 1 teaspoon of cinnamon to 2. It's always 1-2 ratio. Cinnamon is the 1, and the cinnamon is half, honey is whole, and then or 1 whole teaspoon of cinnamon and 2 whole teaspoons of honey, whatever you want to do. And what it does is supposed to get things going. Well, I started last night. I had my first thing when I got up this morning. I just grabbed my cup out of the fridge and sipped that even before coffee or anything. And I've been backed up all week, and I just went to the bathroom. I was just like, wow. You know, it still wasn't a lot, but it was more than I've been going. So I was pleased with that, so I'm going to continue to do that. People are saying they're in like 3 days, their clothes are fitting better, and it's supposed to help with that belly fat stuff, so worth a try. All right, my baby's crying, so I better go. Talk to you tomorrow, and have a great day. Bye.